So welcome everybody. Ahlan wa sahlan. Nice to have you all here. Thank you so much for coming. So as announced, we have today a seminar specialized for the marketing. The seminar title is Marketing Makeover. The event title, I call it like Hungry for Success. Mr. Huthayfa is the speaker today. So you can introduce yourself.
All right, thank you. Hello everybody, good evening, Assalamu alaikum. All right, so our promise for you today, first thanks for coming and thanks for Yahya for working on preparing this Internation group meetup. He's been working on this like for 3 or 4 weeks, for 4 weeks, and tremendous work, thank you. So our promise for you today is to help you as a visionary level, on a visionary level, CEO level, business leader level, to think and look into marketing. The biggest takeaway that we wish that you leave with today is first to distinguish good versus bad marketing. The second thing is to be able to think of marketing in a strategic level, not technical level. Think of the big picture, understand, zoom out and look into the big puzzle, and then put your own prospects or perspective on how marketing should work. Sounds good? Okay, so let's just get into a quick history introduction that has nothing maybe with history, but it's about sales, how sales been done over all the decades, from the first time a man sold to a man till today. If you look from an analytical point of view, you will find that there are 3 phases for the sales journey to happen, for the sales cycle to be closed. And these 3 phases are still fixed until today and will continue for another 1,000 years yet to come, untouched. What is gonna change and what is changing and what has changed over the time is just the technology that just made these phases work in a simple way. Now, in order for anyone to buy anything, they need to be in a place we call a marketplace, right? So the marketplace is the first phase for the sales to happen. Now, the marketplace itself as a concept has evolved over time. First, it used to be like traditional markets. Then we had like malls, shopping malls. Now we have online stores, right? But still a marketplace. The neighborhood here in where we live, it's a marketplace. Why? Because there are people, they have problems, they need solutions. That's the marketplace. Now, inside the marketplace, that's the first level, marketplace. Inside the marketplace, we need what is, I like to call a personalized environment in which you and a potential customer can communicate with each other to better understand the need and the solution. And if an agreement evolved, then both of you are gonna be on the same page, and then sales will happen. That will take us to the third part. Okay? Now to just get this into the picture, I will just use simple drawing here. We don't have a flip chart for today, so we're sorry for this, but we're gonna make this fast and easy. Okay? So the marketplace nowadays is the internet, right? Because the internet is the place where there are people. And let's just call this marketplace. Okay, and now it's the internet. Now, everybody on the internet is not a customer, definitely, right? You need to take them from the internet and put them somewhere. It's the same stories as Dubai Mall itself is a marketplace. If you have a flower shop in Dubai Mall, doesn't mean that everybody in Dubai Mall is a customer. They might buy from you. Definitely they can't buy from you if they are in Abu Dhabi Mall, because you are in Dubai Mall. So they need to be inside your marketplace first. And then inside the marketplace here, they need to get into the personalized environment, which is in the traditional business, it's the shop, right? So let's just call this personalized environment. And now it's the shop, okay? Well, traditionally it's the shop, but now it's your marketing mechanism. Now we'll get into this, or just marketing campaign, okay? Now, let's say you are in, somebody got into your shop, into your flower shop inside Dubai Mall, all right? Does that prediction that this person is gonna be a customer 100%? They might not buy, right? They might leave, they might not find anything they like, and they leave, right? So inside your shop, they are now a lead, a potential customer, but they're not considered a customer until they go to the last phase, which is the sales mechanism, and they give you the money, all right? So these are the three phases from all over the time. There is a place, there are people, they have problems, they need to get inside a kind of personalized environment, and now to communicate. If there is an agreement, they go and make the sales happen. Now the problem here for most businesses is how to take this projection, or let's say how to take this process and project it online. How to make this process work online as it could work offline. In most cases, we don't have, as business, we don't have problem in selling our product or service to someone if they meet us face to face, if they come willing, like, yeah, I know this product, I go explore what they can do for me, and they get into us, and we just sell them out. We don't have problem with that. It's easy, right? But the business is not done this way anymore. It's all online, and we need to keep in mind how to convert this process into an online process. Now, what most businesses consider to be a marketing is mainly piece of advertising. Because what most businesses do is they have special offers or certain offers, some call to actions they want their audience to do. They put it on the social media, okay, or Google or whatever, and they post it, and they say, hey, we exist, give us money. That's the bottom line of the advertisement. We exist, give us money. All right, so they take people immediately from the marketplace, and they expect that they're gonna buy without getting into what? Into a personalized environment. Why? Because we think, well, it's online, we don't need this. Right? We don't need to get someone to talk to us on, like, just let's pitch our offer immediately the first moment we meet them. This doesn't work because it's simply there is no marketing in the process. So that evolves another question. What's the difference between marketing, advertising, and sales? Okay. The advertising objective. There are two objectives for each process. Okay, the advertising objective, it has a technical objective and a strategical objective. The strategical objective of the advertisement is to pre-frame a set of, let's say, a certain audience, make them think about your brand, or let's say conceive your brand in a certain way. That's just the strategical part of the advertising. The technical part of the advertising is to take someone from the noise, from the internet, get them into a personalized environment where we eliminate all the noise around them and give them a clear environment where they can communicate and engage our materials, our offers, our documents, our things. Okay? So that takes us to the goal of the marketing. Now the goal of the marketing is to make someone want to buy your offer before even you pitch them the offer. That might sound counterintuitive, but this is the reality. Haven't you felt some time when you go like, you're hungry, okay? And you decide, okay, I'm gonna drop by a restaurant and I'm gonna order something. And as you approach the restaurant, as you get closer to the restaurant, your appetite gets higher, and you say, okay, I'm gonna order everything, and you order a lot, and I don't care how much that's gonna cost me, and you get into the restaurant and you even order more than what you can chew, okay? Why? Why we have this? We're getting closer to a goal. Now this is exactly what your marketing should be able to do, to make someone want to do business with you before you even tell them the offer. That's the strategical goal of the marketing. The technical goal or the technical objective of the marketing is to take someone from this personalized environment and take them to the cash, so they pay and get what they paid for. Okay, let's take a classic example. We are in this restaurant today. If we need a customer to get into this restaurant, the first thing that they need to be in the neighborhood, right? And then we need to get them from this neighborhood, from the marketplace, inside the restaurant. And then we need to take them from the restaurants inside here to the cash, so they pay and they take their order. Right? The same thing happens online, the same process. We can't change this. This is how sales is done. No matter how the technology evolves, this is gonna still the same. What is changing and what is potentially going to change is just how we move the needles here and the elements. Let me give you a case study here, a example, okay? Now, let's say we are into the education business, okay, early education business. Let's say we have a preschool, right? So for the preschool, we want to reach to parents, right, who have children less than 5 years old, right? Now, where are these parents? Let's say our ideal customer name is Layla, okay? And Layla now is on the internet. She's surfing social media, looking to feeds, posting pictures. She's just doing her stuff. Our objective is to make Layla come and enroll her child in our preschool. How can we do that? Now, we need to take in mind what is the biggest the biggest challenge that Layla is facing concerning or in regards of growing or taking care of her child or child education. Okay? That's the first question we need to get into to answer for ourselves. The second thing here we need to do is to go and develop a certain kind of valuable, helpful insights, information. We like to call it in the marketing world a lead magnet, because that's what it does. It magnetizes leads. So this can take a form of PDF file, video series, email series, any form of digital content that's really useful in its nature. It is solving a certain problem that Layla is facing, okay, and we want to create an advertisement about this lead magnet, not about our preschool. Remember, it's about our lead magnet, which is, for example, how to five steps or article on how to teach your child X and Y, Z. Okay, so we design it in a certain way, and we put it on advertisements in the marketplace, for example, in Instagram, and we get in front of Laylas, and all people who look like Layla through targeting, which is a simple thing to do, and we say, hey, here are 5 things that we believe was going to help you with your child early education. If you like it, or if you'd like to take it, just let us know where to send this to you. Okay, so now Layla is going to, I mean, potentially you've been through something similar, right? At a certain point in where you are serving the internet. And now Layla will click on this ad or this video that's promising her with a solution, and she's going to provide her information. What happened here, when Layla provided her name and email is immediately Layla is out of the marketplace and now inside the marketing part. It's inside the personalized environment, because in the background of this, we have an automation that's storing the information of Layla, okay, in a CRM, and now studying everything Layla is going to do in our content online, everything, websites, social media, everything. We know everything about what Layla is doing in regards of our business, okay? It's not the kind of spying on thing that makes people go nuts on that. It's a good thing, okay, for marketers. So we study the behavior of Layla with our brand, with our business, all right? And now we start dripping content based on automation that we preset previously that continue adding value to Layla in regard of early childhood education, because that's our business. That's the example we proposed, okay? In every time we counter an engagement or send a piece of content to Layla, this content should achieve 3 goals. If we send an email, if we send a video, if we send any kind of content to her, any communication, we should achieve 3 goals. The first goal is to add even more value, helping Layla solve a problem, achieve a goal, overcome a challenge, right? Just helping her do good things. The second objective we should do is bond with Layla, is build a deeper connection with Layla that, hey Layla, we understand you, okay? We understand how it feels raising a child. We understand the challenge that you're going through. We've been through the same thing. We've helped others achieve the goals that you want to achieve, and so on, right? The third goal is to make an offer to Layla to come to the sales mechanism, to come to the last part, to come to the cash. In this example, of course, every business model has different sales mechanism, different marketing approach, and different advertising approach. But for example, for the preschool thing, the sales mechanism could be something like schedule a tour and come visit us. If you like what you see, you can enroll your child, all right? Or maybe a sales mechanism could be get in the phone to get more information. And now she's on the phone with a salesperson, right? And so on. So this is the idea here about understanding the big picture of how marketing works and what we need in order to make it more efficient, more active. Now, the key word here that makes the entire process here works in a coherent way is first value added, because you need to give a reason to Layla or the others, the leads, your audience. You need to give them a reason, a good reason to listen to you, right? To give you the contact details, to subscribe in the first place and ask for the information, right? To read and engage your brand. So no one is going to listen to you unless there is a pain or gain communicated in the process, right? That's the only two human drives. We take actions if there is something good for us, or to avoid something that's bad for us, right? So we need to communicate this clearly with Layla that, okay, here is what is going to help you achieve the goal so that you avoid the pain. That's the first piece. The second piece here, it's the technology that we use in order to make this thing work in a coherent way and under one roof, that we have everything connected together. Now, there are a lot of softwares around there and applications and platforms that does this kind of automation, does this kind of list building, what they call it, whatever it's like known in the marketplace. I can name a few for you, like ClickFunnels, like Kajabi, like Lead Pages, like Instapages, like Kartra. All great softwares. My favorite one is Kartra. I'm not paid to tell you that Kartra is my best software. Unless you buy from my link, then I will be paid. I'm not gonna give you my link anyway. Okay, so these are great softwares that help you do this communication, or let's say do this part of marketing, and give you clear track of everything happens in the process. All right, now that's the three phases of marketing. Now, as a business, what are the marketing collaterals that you need to make this work? The essential things. The essential things. Now, to name the essential things that I recommend for you, we need to go and look into the process, what we need in each phase. Okay, we're not going to write these, so I'll just name it for you. If you want to write it, you can go ahead and do so. Okay? So, in the first place, we need Layla to leave the social media, the internet, the marketplace, and come to our shop. We need her to come from outside. She's outside. We want to invite her inside. Have you been to malls, shopping malls? People are inside the shops outside. They're not trying to sell you from outside the shop. They invite you inside, right? We have new collection. We have some, so they want to get you inside. For Layla, she's not in the mall, right? She's on Instagram. What can we do for her? We offer her the lead magnet, which is the useful content that helps her achieve a goal, solve a problem, or avoid the pain. So the first piece of, let's say, marketing collateral that we need here is the lead magnet. This can take a form of PDF file, ebook, or video series, or any helpful content. The medium doesn't matter as long as you provide video. The second marketing collateral that we need here is the landing page that communicate this lead magnet. So it's just a standalone page, website, that has a bold headline of the objective, or let's say the transformation that you promised Layla to get after she consumed the content in this lead magnet, and a call to action telling her, click here or fill the form so we send you the information that you requested. So that's the second marketing collateral that you need. The third marketing collateral that you need here in the process is advertisement, video ads. Because once you have the lead magnet itself, the PDF, the ebook, or whatever that thing is, and you have the page that communicates it, now you need to get people to it, right? So you have two ways here. You either just rely on organic, and that's going to take long time, or simply just buy time with a few bucks for advertisement. So now you just sponsor these ads or this content to reach to more people who look like Layla and invite them to get into this landing page. Now the fourth marketing collateral that you need here is value-added marketing series or a sequence of automation. So because when Layla fill the form or take the action in the landing page, her information should be stored somewhere, right? So now to recommend something for you, I use Kartra, as I said, And I use as well ManyChat in Facebook chatbot advertising, so chatbot marketing. So Layla, basically, her information goes in two ways. The first one is Kartra, and I have sequence of emails that goes to her. The second one goes to chatbot, ManyChat. It's a software as well that sends automated sequences, messages, like a human chatting. I believe you've been through something like that. To add more value. So you need a series of content that goes dripped day by day for 7 days or 14 days. It's for you to decide. Okay, so that's the fourth marketing collateral that you need.
GitVam can help here.
Definitely, it should be here. The idea, this framework, what we're discussing here, guys, we call it value-added marketing, and there is a whole movement about it on gitvam.com. If you'd like to consider looking into it later on, the website gitvam.com. It's more into what we're talking about here. Basically, is about, instead of just trying to sell, try to help, and the sale is gonna come definitely, right? That will just distinguish you in the marketplace immediately. Okay, so the fourth marketing collateral here is building these value-added messages inside a certain CRM. You can use whatever you like. The fourth one is retargeting ads. Okay, we are still in the marketplace, and we need to make sure that Layla is seeing our marketing messages. See, here we are in the marketplace, and on Instagram we showed here our ads to take the lead magnet. Here we want to show her more ads to come to the sales mechanism. So these are gonna be retargeting based on her behavior in the previous part. So not everyone is gonna see the retargeting videos. It's only those who requested the information, or let's say got our lead magnet. Those are the only guys the only people who got the audience who are gonna see the retargeting ads. Okay, and the link we're gonna send to now leads us to the fifth marketing collateral, or the sixth one, which is the sales page. Okay, so the sales page is the page where you just pitch what you have. Okay, now there is common mistakes I'd love you to avoid when doing, or let's say when sending paid traffic. Doesn't matter where the source is. When you're spending money to get people to visit your online pages, don't send the traffic to your website. Don't send traffic to a place where there is too much distraction, right? Because the websites, we think about it nowadays in the new marketing way of thinking, let's say, we call it the anti-sales department, the website, because the website is just distractional. It's too much content, and your customer does not really need this information to thrive or survive. You need to ask yourself this question. The only drive for your customer is thrive or survive. Does providing a list of your current clients help your customers thrive or survive? It definitely does not. Does providing a list of who you are, how many years you've been in the marketplace, what you like, this information for your customers looks like kind of junk information, because it does not help them thrive or survive. So to avoid this, it's better to send traffic to a standalone page that has no other options except take this or leave. Okay, yes or no scenario. So for example, in the landing page, when Layla visits the landing page in the first level in the advertisement part, she has only two options. She either take the lead magnet or just leave. That's it. In the sales page part, when we do the retargeting, again, Layla has the same two options. Either book a tour and come to the preschool in our example here, or let's say our sales mechanism, or just leave. Now, the rest of the marketing messages that we have is all about to reinforce this and encourage Layla to take this action. But every shot we have with Layla, sending her to this page should be only, they call it direct response marketing, which is to direct the response of the visitor, either yes or no. Okay, only yes or no. Now, there are industry standards for the conversion rate when you do marketing this way, when you construct your marketing messages this way. It varies from industry to other industries, but there is like kind of average for that. When you are communicating the first level, let's call it, which is just getting people to take your lead magnet thing, it's 20 to 30%. That means every 100 people visit this landing page, around 30 of them, or let's say 25 of them, let's take this, 25% of them or 25 of them are gonna say yes, we want your lead magnet. That's industry standard. And even if your page is converting lower than that, then there's something wrong in the targeting level. You need to reconsider that. Okay, that's the norm. Okay, some exceed the norm and achieve more. I mean, some of, for example, of the testing that we've done, we found 80% conversion rate. That was a really good lead magnet. That's an indicator that people need this. Okay, you can test different lead magnets until you reach the perfect one that makes people really want to take. Okay, so when it is 80%, that's wow. For the sales part, when you do the retargeting over a conversion window of 21 days, the sales here, you should expect around 5% conversion rate. Okay, 5% conversion rate. Now, in the process of doing your marketing this way, you will notice that you will start have what is commonly known in the marketing in the marketing world as a list. You'll start developing a list, which is the people who have subscribed to your lead magnet. Those, like the Lailas in our example. Those people are now in your list. They receive automated messages from you. You have their contact information, and most importantly, you have their permission to send them information. It's not junk, it's not spam. It's not like these emails that you receive in your inbox that you never requested, that you never asked for. Here, it's totally different. They have willingly subscribed, requested to hear from you. Why? Because it's the way we reframed your brand. Remember, again, the purpose of advertisement, or let's say the strategic goal of ads, is to reframe the audience. The strategic goal of marketing is to make them want to buy before even pitching them the offer. And the strategic goal of the sales mechanism is to get the money. All right? Is to get the money. Now, when you do your marketing this way, you should expect these conversion rates that we have discussed. Now, there is something worth mentioning here, because there is a huge part here goes to the copywriting skills, your ability to communicate the ideas, conveying your message, that makes this work. Because you can have the best technology in the world, you can have the best graphic designs, the best lead magnet, the best ideas, and still you're not making or hitting these goals, your sales goals. Why? In this regard, you need to pay a huge attention to copywriting, which is unfortunately one of the most ignored and neglected thing about in all businesses. I see here, at least in Dubai. Okay. So I want to give you some tips here on how to write good copy that makes people really want to hear, listen, read your emails, engage your content. We say the key word here is value added, to make your content valuable. Now, there is a great book I really recommend everybody read by Donald Miller. It's called Story Brand. Anybody know the book? The writer? Story Brand. Donald Miller is a screenwriter. Okay, he writes scenarios. He's a scenarist. Okay, a screenwriter, and he created this framework and called Story Brand in a way that makes your audience feel themselves as the hero of a story whenever they engage your brand. Okay, even though you're not telling them like real story, like it's not like the typical story, but they feel it's like a story. And what Donald did is that he went to created a framework, and basically if you filter any story, any movie, any series, any even the grandma's stories, you'll find that stories is following a certain framework. What about to come might ruin movies for you for good, but I believe you're gonna enjoy it. So here is how the movies are made and how you can benefit from it as a business leader. In every movie, great movies, screenwrite, we have a hero, right? The hero wants to achieve something. There is somebody stopping the hero from achieving that thing, or something stopping the hero from achieving that thing. And down the way, we get to see someone who's helping the hero overcome this thing and achieve the goal. And then the whole movie is all about what's gonna happen if the hero achieves the goal, what's gonna happen if he does not achieve the goal, and then we end with success and we feel happy. Now this is, whether you recognize this framework or not, you expect it when you see a movie. That's what makes movies so So like addictional, okay? Now there is another cool fact about movies, and looking to movies. We as a human, in our normal days, right now, for example, 40% of our time is daydreaming without we just help it. We just daydream. We think about things that's not in our surrounding. It's just a part of our brain. But when you are watching a movie for 2 hours, your daydreaming is zero. Why? What makes you so, let's say, drawn and focused to the movie? Exactly, because you are following something that's clear and predictable for you. Human brains hate confusion and are drawn to clarity. If you confuse, you lose. That's a marketing mantra. Okay. Now, to understand this more effectively, we need to get back to the main function of our brain. Our brain works sharp when there is something at stake, something threatening us, we need to avoid, and something that we really need or want to achieve, like a desire. Okay, thrive or survive. And the second thing here that we need to pay attention to is that when the information you provide about your business and your website and your emails and your videos and the emails you send, in the sales calls that you make, when the information you provide to your customers or to your prospects is confusing or complicated, not confusing, just complicated, not easy to process, that requires your customers to what? To process more thoughts, and that's gonna what? Burn more calories, and that's against what? Against us thriving. Your brain wants you to conserve calories because it's energy, you need this, okay? Want to save it. Now, when you have to process too much information to understand something which is complicated, your brain is gonna stop paying attention. Is it hard to understand the information that goes in a movie or a series? No, it's not. It's simple, right? If it's complicated, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna watch, right? You're not gonna feel engaged. That's why your marketing should look like more of a story here. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hi. Okay, so back to the framework. The framework, rule number 1, you are the hero, by the way, to me. Everybody is a hero here, okay? Thank you. But to your customers, you're not the hero. Your customer doesn't care about the struggle you've been through, the challenges that you had to deal with in order to be where you are today. Your customer wakes up in the morning, he's the center of the world, everything is around him, he's the hero. He has one single objective on that day, to win the day for him and the ones he loves. If you position yourself in front of your customer as the hero, he's gonna ignore you. But rather you position yourself as the guide who's gonna help the hero achieve what he wants. When you position your brand, your content, your business as the guide that's gonna help the hero achieve a goal, now you will have the attention of the customer, right? The second rule here is that you need to make the information simple to understand. If it takes too much to understand it, maybe you can test it with a little child, 6 to 9 years old. Explain the concept, whatever that concept is. If the child got it, then it's good. You can go with it and take it online. If not, I mean, that's a benchmark for me. I do this. Okay. The second thing here that we need to understand is that your customer is not gonna take the action that you want them to take immediately. It's like the movies. You see, the hero want to achieve a goal, right? Or solve a problem, right? But they don't do it until someone comes in, a guide, right? And give them a plan and ask them to do it, and they still don't want to do it. They try to, because that's the human nature. Imagine if every hero in any movie you've seen, okay, for example, the Ryan, this captain, or the Jedi, Lucas, the Jedi in Star Wars. Imagine when he immediately got the plan. Hey, you're gonna become a Jedi and take this, and he said, "Yeah, I can do this," and he immediately went on and followed the plan. That's gonna be boring, right? It's not a good movie because that does not happen in reality. The same story here. goes with your customers. They're not gonna buy from you the moment you introduce the offer to them. You need to challenge them to take the action. So how do you challenge them when it comes to taking the action? You challenge them in two ways, all right? Number one, you show them how life is gonna look like if they took the action, and you show them how life is gonna look like if they don't take the action. Right, that's it. Just tell them, hey, this is a wake-up call. This is how life is gonna look like to you if you buy my product. This is how life is gonna look like to you if you don't buy my product. Simple and straightforward. Okay, we don't need to complicate it. Now that's a challenge to the hero in our story here, which is the customer, to take the action, right? Now, the rest of the communication here should be just enforcing these factors, all right? Clear destination, I'm gonna take you from A to B. Here is how life is gonna look like for you if you buy, or if you take my offer. Here how it's gonna look like if you don't. And here are testimonials from clients. When you ask your customers, current clients, for testimonials, well, the first question that you should ask for, especially if you are doing this on video, is how life was before and how life was after. And don't just focus on the technical things. Even ask them about their life. I mean, if you are, let's say, an accountant, and you're doing bookkeeping for small businesses, okay, and you want to take like kind of testimonial from a current client, you don't tell them, hey, tell us how was your experience about this, because they're gonna just answer any random question. You need to direct their responses to a certain way that proves your story. So the first question is gonna ask here, how life on a personal level used to be for you before you work with us. And now they're gonna start remembering all the pain that they had to deal with. Hey, I was nervous at the night, I couldn't sleep, I was thinking about my bookkeeping things, and I was worried about this VAT thing, and they start to talk about all the things that your prospects right now, the people in your pipeline or in your list, are going through. So now this makes your customers relate to you, they connect with you, okay, on a deeper level, all right? Now, there is a test as well. It's again worth mentioning here that I suggest that you do like immediately after leaving this event tonight on your website. So you need to go to your website and make sure that your website answer these 3 questions in less than 5 seconds. If it doesn't, then your website won't be like passing the test. Okay. So what is this test? Imagine a caveman. Okay, if we got a caveman and we opened your website on laptop and gave him this and told him, okay, look into this website. You need this caveman, literally, to know what this thing is about, what it is going to do for them, what they need to do to get it. 3 questions should be answered in 5 seconds. Why 5 seconds, and why these 3 questions particularly? Let's look into the 5-second thing first. The human attention span, according to a recent study, not recent, maybe 3 years ago, study by Microsoft, saying that the human attention span online is 7 seconds. It's less than the fish attention span, which is 8 seconds. Okay. In other words, you only have 7 seconds to get someone let's say to get someone's attention online, because any moment they can get a notification, call, whatever, these things, see something catchy from these funny videos or whatever, right? So you have 5 seconds. Now, so you have 7 seconds. That's the attention span. You have 5 seconds to get this information to the customer. What this thing is about. Sometimes I do some kind of like reviewing websites for small businesses, and I go through it, and it takes like, you know, it's like physics to me to understand what they do. Just what do you do, guys? They try to be clever. They use a clever word like innovation, technologies beyond imagination, and these fluff things that just doesn't mean anything. Okay? What means something is to convey an idea. What do you do? What this thing is about. Okay, accounting, just write accountant. Don't just make a drama about it. Accounting. Okay, now the second thing you need to answer what it is going to do for me. Me as a hero, because I'm the hero, remember? As a customer, as your customer, I'll be the hero here. So I need things to speak to me, not about you. And the third one, what do I need to do right now to do it? Now, I want to show you an example here, okay? I want to show you a live example on how even to structure this on your website. You know, generally in the website we have the logo here, okay, about us and these all things, okay, and then you have like kind of above the fold thing, and so I want to show you how this works. Your customers, the human eyes, looks into the website in a Z shape. Okay, let me get a shape here. No, just Z shape anyway. Okay. Okay. So this is example of a website. Typically normal website, like all the websites. But what happens here? The customer looks this way, Z shape. That's how the eye goes into the website. Okay, that's how the eye goes into the website. Z shape. So you need to make sure that there is a call to action in your website. Order, whatever the most important call to action you have. Order now or do whatever right now. And then here you need to have a bold headline that tells what this thing is about and what's going to do for me. And then another call to action again here. That's the most important action for you. Okay. So for example, in this part, in 5 seconds, after reading the headline, you'll know what this thing is about. This is a marketing framework to help increase sales. That's what this thing is about. What it is going to do for me, it's going to make your business more profitable, more predictable, and more scalable. What do I need to do? Watch the video or order now. Simple, okay? So this is how your website should look like in general. I mean, of course, the layout, the design, you can just do that. But the idea here is that you need these ideas to be clearly communicated in the website. Otherwise, the one who is visiting your website is going to just be distracted by the information of about us, who we are, what we do. And believe me, this information is just burning calories for your customers. And you know, when what the human brain is designed to do in this case, immediately ignore this right away. If it's complicated, if it's not just giving me information about what I want to do. Now, a good example to just think about this, because I can't really enforce this enough, how important it is to avoid this type of content in your websites. Imagine if you're watching a movie, Jesse Bone, for example, and after he went in this fight with the FBI's. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a scene shows us Jesse Bone with his girlfriend in the shopping mall, and they're shopping for Christmas. Does that contribute in any way to the plot of the story? It does not, right? It has nothing to do with the story. It's just off. It's out of the blue, right? This information in your website for your customers is exactly like this scene in a Jesse Bone, in one of the movies of Jesse Bone. So you should avoid this content and only provide information that help your customers thrive, survive, and show them what's going to happen if they buy, what's going to happen if they don't buy. Now, there is another thing in the story here. Every movie, every great movie we see, we had a villain, right? What's the good thing about the villain is that the villain unifies people against something, right? We have the Joker in Batman, for example, right? We have what villain? Trying to recall. So we have as well in the story of the great series. Whatever. Okay. So every great story has a villain. The same thing here. What the villain does? The villain is simply stopping the hero from achieving the goal. He's standing in the way, right? It's the same story here for your clients. If you think about it, there is a villain that stops your customer from achieving what they want, and you should point to that villain and show how evil they are. Okay? Without, of course, being like hypey about this, but just be honest. So, for example, what's the villain for small businesses when it comes to accounting? What's the villain? It might be a thing or a person, right? It might be a thing. A villain might be a thing, not just a person. What a villain, for example? What's the villain for UDrive, for example? UDrive, the new company. The villain is the old-fashioned car rental things who take your like block 2,000 dirhams on your card, and they want to just take you like a hostage for just giving you a car for a couple of days. That's the villain for these guys. That's a great villain, would make a great villain for them, and it will definitely unify all the users against them, and this will go viral. So you need to find a villain, a thing, or a person, okay? And don't be shy or hesitant to communicate that. That, hey guys, this is your villain. This is what's stopping you from achieving the goal, all right? And be bold about it. Because this is essential thing in how you make this engagement happen all over. Okay, so to quickly recap, before moving to the Q&A session, the customer acquisition process, there are two main components that makes it work. It's the technology and the strategy. The strategy outperforms the technology. If you have a great strategy and poor technology, you will be good. If you have good technology and poor strategy, you won't be good. There is a simple process for that. We have people out there in the marketplace, they need our things. They definitely need it, okay? We need to invite them to an experience. It's a personalized environment, it's a shop, it's a place where they'll be like Alice in Wonderland. They're gonna discover a lot of things. They're gonna feel like they found a gold or something, right? It's like the hitch kicker trying to stop a car, okay, going from a state to another. And when they found a car, the first question is in their mind, what they're saying to themselves, where this driver is going, right? I want to make sure he's taking me to the place where I'm going to. That's the first question they want an answer for. That's the same question that your customer has in mind about your thing. They want to know where you're taking them. Okay, so just make it clear, hey, I'm going to X. And if that's the same destination, the hitch kicker here is going to be what? Super happy, right? Because it's been like 6 hours in the sun trying to find a car, and now he found a car. The same story, your customer is struggling, he has a problem, you want to help him, present yourself as the guide, he's the hero, okay? And just take him through this experience here smoothly, have patience with them, try to be valuable, not salesy all the time, add value, because the idea here is all about value. Don't be like most of your competitors, maybe all of them, who just try to, hey, we exist, give us money. That's the kind of advertising they run. But just be part of the solution even before your customer buy from you. All right, that's it for this presentation, guys. Thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for your time. Thank you.